Hey, it's a little later today. It's still November 11/11/11/21. Still Veterans Day. I am going to do this video and one more today, and then that'll be it. This video is for my MGTOW brothers, and it's just a way for you to understand that the way the system's rigged, people like you and I, average men with average lives, average money, are considered less than appealable to most people because we're not ballers, we're not driving, we don't have the massive house and the massive lifestyle and jetting here and taking vacations all over the place. But they're always, let me get to the point. I'm going to tell you why it's better to have time over money. I retired in 2012, December. I have not only 2 pensions coming in, but I have a substantial amount of money coming in from stocks and bonds and assets, crypto assets, as well as properties and some other things. I'll probably, if I do another video, I'm going to talk to you guys about how you have to, in order to get ahead, understand the difference between an asset and a liability. A car, a house, a lot of things you own are not assets. Stocks and bonds are not assets until you realize the gain, which means when you sell that liability, it then becomes a temporary asset depending on what you do with the funds from that transaction. That being said, I'm talking about an asset. I'm not getting into that right now. It'll drive me. I'll make sure it's coherent when I do it so that it makes sense. But a big deal about being successful is knowing the difference between an asset and a liability. So let's get back to why being an average guy can turn out, in my opinion, 100 times better than being a rich baller for that. Okay? Having pensions, which include medical care, living a good middle class, modest lifestyle, being the gray man, not being the flashy guy, knowing you have enough money to take care of any little problems that are coming along is the desired goal that I wanted when I started all of this. I sat down many decades ago and decided that the first thing I wanted to do was retire by age 50, and then I backward planned to make that happen. I'm not a rich man. I'm very well off. I'm not in the top. I'm in the 80 percentile of men. From 0 to 80, not the 90, 100%, and not the top 20% by any means. But here's the kicker. I haven't worked since 2012. Rain, shine, no matter what happens with COVID or anything else, my checks come every month exactly when they're supposed to. I have all the medical care I'll need. I can take care of myself, my home, everything, and I live within my means. But the one thing that I have, and what most average men have that work their way to retirement, is we have control of our time. And that, to me, is the most valuable asset you can ever have. To not be on the clock for someone else or be tied to a business that as soon as you walk away, it's going to collapse. I'm telling you, I have some extremely rich friends. I mean, absolutely rich friends. When they drive up or they show up, when they finally get a couple hours off to maybe play cards or have a drink or try to get in a round of golf, They drive up in these McLarens and Lamborghinis or Lambos or Ferraris or exotic cars or whatever you want to talk about, the Tesla and Roadster and stuff like that. They're just boom. But what they never ever want any of us average men to know is the amount of time that they have to sacrifice to be successful. Now, they'll never let you see that part of it, but I know them. These guys don't work, none of them ever work a 40-hour week. They work 60-hour weeks, 80-hour weeks, 100-hour weeks. They work on their vacations. Their vacations are working vacations. They can't just pick up and go fishing. They can't just pick up on a Monday, wake up late. I call them fuck it days, FI days. They can't just take a day off when they want. They can't do what they want to do when they want to do it. Now, can they go and do things in style and pay for things? Of course they can. That's some of the trappings of being, what do they call them, a baller, a rich guy, a one percenter, high value man. You can fucking keep all that money. I value my time. I can tell you, I don't have to get up early. I don't have to work out. I can do whatever I want, whenever I want, within my means. I mean, I don't have helicopter money. I'm not flying around all over the place. I've traveled all over the world anyways. I'm not into that at all. I enjoy very simple things, and most of us do the same thing. A good meal, a good conversation, good movie, just good, easy time playing cards with some guys, hanging out, playing chess, working out with guys, talking to them, going to a game with them or something like that. You don't have to have box VIP seats. But what we have that they don't have, look, they're guys that work themselves to death. Yes, they build empires. They're all that kind of stuff. They live a imaginary lifestyle. But no one ever talks about the amount of work they had to put in to get where they're going. I would rather have my time. And most of us realize that if you have planned properly, you're going to retire. You're going to enjoy some very good times in your life. And you know what? That's what it's all about. I'm not trying to be Elon Musk or any of them motherfucking Uber nerds. I enjoy my life. And so can you. And there's nothing wrong with having a good, simple, average life. I'll tell you the downside of all these ballers and stuff like that. I have two friends that during the COVID in 2020 got sick. One of them died. One of them's still alive. But before the one that died, it completely bankrupted him because he was too smart. He was never going to get sick, never believed in the shots or any of that stuff. Got COVID and he died. And he left, it wiped out, in order to try to save his life, it wiped him out financially because he didn't have health coverage. He didn't have health insurance. It just absolutely destroyed his life. And he died on top of it. The other guy, the same thing, he had a small business. He was living the baller's lifestyle, but what he never told anybody is he was living check to check. And he had to depend on incoming sales to cover his bills and the rest of that stuff. And all of a sudden, boom, COVID, lost his house, lost his cars, and I'm talking 10 very expensive cars. He lost everything. And now he regrets it. I mean, he sits around and he goes, man, I had no idea this could happen to me. So don't let anybody tell you that us average guys don't know what the hell we're doing. You make sure you retire with good health care, live within your means, and I'm telling you, build your family, build your legacy, and don't worry about these ballers and all that kind of stuff. There's nothing wrong with being an average man. God bless you. Stay safe and healthy. Take care of each other if you can. If not, take care of yourself. And I'm telling you, your time is worth more than money. Bye-bye. Like a fart in a G-string from West Texas, El Paso. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.